So Guardian's got some pretty massive changes, as well as two completely unique summons to the Guardian that no other class is going to have access to. That is pretty rare these days, as GGG has kind of been moving in the direction of making the classes less unique and more kind of cookie cutter. But when it comes to certain kind of summons, the Guardian is pretty unique now. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Now, there's a few things here in the Guardian that I'm not like super excited about, like these things with linked skills. This is probably going to be okay for party play. Interestingly enough, it says elemental damage with hits dealt by allies between you and linked target is lucky. This could be good for, like, specifically, like I said, party play, where people are like organizing stuff, where you'd have one guy and then the linked guy, and they'd be standing in the perfect position so that everyone else could stand in between that and get the full benefit of it. That could be pretty decent, but I think this is going to be pretty niche. I don't think it's going to be super useful. We've got Unwavering Faith now, which gives 5% increased recovery rate of life, mana, and energy shield to you and allies per aura, I'm assuming. We've got Radiant Faith now, which grants armor and maximum energy shield. However, it's both off of your reserved mana now. Time of Need is going to be both removing curses, ailments, and regenerating 100% of your life over 1 second. Both of these together every 4 seconds is what I'm assuming. So that's pretty decent now to make it a little bit tankier, a little bit smoother. And then we've got the minion abilities here. We've got Radiant Crusade. Grants level 20 summons Sentinel of Radiance skill, and 10% of damage from hits is taken from your Sentinel of Radiance life before you. So we don't know anything about this Sentinel yet. However, this could be pretty interesting because this is providing a unique sentinel of some sort. I'm assuming it's some kind of like healing sentinel is what I'm imagining here, but typically unique things are pretty powerful, and this level 20 summon Sentinel of Radiance, hopefully it has some like damage buffs to it or some like defensive buffs that it provides to you and all of your, probably your sentinels is what this is going to be for. And then we also have Unwavering Crusade, 25% chance to trigger level 20 summon Elemental Relic when you or a nearby ally kill an enemy. I'm curious to see what the explanations for these two abilities are, because level 20 summon Elemental Relic is, I'm assuming it's just like a little relic that pops up and does some damage or something like that, is what I would assume. So this could be pretty good for temporary minions. Think like Absolution or the Sentinel type skills like Domination or things like that. Could be pretty interesting. And then the one that you guys can't see behind my face, I'll move it so you guys can see it, is Bastion of Hope. If you've attacked recently, you and nearby allies have 25% chance to block. If you've cast a spell recently, you and nearby allies have 25% chance to block spell damage. Very similar to what they had before. However, the main thing that I think that the Guardian is going to be opening up is going to be these minion builds. I'm curious to maybe cook up like an Absolution kind of thing, or maybe a Dominating Blow kind of build with this like Sentinel of Radiance, as well as the trigger level 20 summon Elemental Relic. I'm curious to see if this is something that could work for those two builds, but we're going to have to see what the abilities actually say. The rest of everything that the Guardian has is kind of the same as it was before. There's not too much interesting stuff here. Just that most likely on a minion build, you would take these two minion nodes. As for the other nodes, if you're going to be a minion build, you probably have a decent amount of auras going. So you're probably going to be running Radiant Faith just to give yourself some more energy shield and armor. It could be kind of a toss-up, who really knows? Otherwise, you'd probably run Time of Need as well as Bastion of Hope. I can imagine that attacking and casting a spell recently is pretty easy. Probably casting a spell with like Absolution and then using a movement skill for your attack. Or if you are attacking with Dominance and then using like a spell for your movement, you could proc both of those pretty reliably. And then the last one that you would take would just be whichever one of these you needed for your build, whatever it might be. So Guardian is actually going to be getting some stuff for temporary minions, which is pretty cool. I'm excited to see what these new two like unique skills that it's going to have access to, the summons that it has here, are actually going to be like, because it pretty much makes or breaks this Ascendancy, the remake of it, whether or not these two nodes are actually good, because no one's really going to be playing the Guardian for these other nodes besides like people who are trying to make like defensive aura bots or things like that. And that's such a small subsection of the community that it's not really too interesting. These minion skills though are pretty cool looking. So remember boys, if you enjoy this content, make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest videos, and stay safe out there in Ray class, and I'll see you guys in the next video.